Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new speedrun. In this speedrun, I will be teaching you guys the Accelerated Dragon, which is an opening against 1e4. Against e4, we will be responding with the move c5 to Sicilian defense. And the Accelerated Dragon arises after we go for a quick knight c6 and g6 and bishop to g7, fianchettoing our bishop. So let's say knight f3, knight c6, d4, takes, and now g6. This is really the starting position of the Accelerated Dragon. In this speedrun, I will not only be teaching you guys the theory of this opening, but I will also be teaching you guys all of the plans and ideas. I hope you guys will enjoy it, and let's get started. So we play with black. Let's see what he's gonna do. He goes e4. Guys, against e4, looking at my username, what are we gonna do? Does anyone remember? We played a Sicilian. Queen. This move happens a lot. Then after c5, you almost always follow up with knight to c6. Bishop c4. Now he's turning a little checkmate. The thing is, whenever they put their bishop on c4, we're almost always going to go e6 to neutralize that bishop. Okay. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. And now his entire concept falls flat on its face. Knight c3. Already knight e5 almost wins a piece, but he still has queen e2. So I'm going to go knight f6. Let's see what he's going to do. He might go wrong here. Let's see. The move. Oh, he just resigned. Okay. Knight e5 is a move, but he still has queen e2, or it's not winning. So I kind of like e6. He was trying to cheese me. Okay, he resigned. Okay. Not much to go over in this game, so let's just start up another one. All right, we're playing with black again. Okay, e4, guys. What do we do against e4? What do we do here? Oh, no but. Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, we play c5. Let's not be slow. Bishop c4 again. Okay, so after c5, our next move is almost always going to be knight to c6. This is a very useful move. Is he going to go for the cheesy cheese as well? Ah, he doesn't. Now, what we just learned is that whenever they put their bishop on c4, we're almost always going to go e6. This is one of the advantages of the Sicilian. In e4, e5, bishop c4 makes a lot of sense, but here the bishop is really neutralized. No, this is a speed on the Accelerated Dragon paradox. We're going to be playing the Sicilian all the way up until like 2500. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. e5, okay, but this pawn on e5 can potentially be a weakness. I can try to attack it right now, or just trade it off. But I kind of like the idea of trying to put pressure on this pawn. He can still hang on to it, but barely, honestly. So let's see what he's going to do. Queen c7, good move. d4, okay. But now we just take. Free pawn, thank you very much. Now this is starting to crumble. You see this pawn on e5 is kind of cut off from its chain. If he wanted to defend it, he had to play queen e2. But d4 was played. Now here we have a few options to win a pawn. We can go knight takes e5, but I also like queen takes. All right, let's see what he's going to do. He still has a few moves to stay in the game, but he has to find one of them. I think he will. But he's already down a pawn. It's already not looking great for him. Okay, so let's see what he will do. Knight e2, that's a fine move. All right, bishop 4 might be on the cards. Let's develop with tempo, with the move d5 as we hit his bishop. Bishop e5, okay. All right, I'm gonna continue developing with tempo. Let's go knight f6. Takes, okay, but now he only strengthens my center and he gives up the bishop pair. Now I want to go bishop d6, but that would not be a good move because he goes here. Maybe bishop a6, but then still rook e1. Bishop c5, very much an option. Let's go bishop c5 with a bishop on an active square. Yeah, we have a very powerful center, absolutely. Knight c3 played. All right, let's just castle. Things are looking really good for us. Yeah, kind of looks like a caro, yeah. Bishop 4, okay, let's step the queen to the side. We keep it on an active spot. But you see, we hold a lot of trumps here. We have the bishop pair. We also have a nice center. So black is doing fantastic here. We have an extra pawn and the better position. So good job, everyone. Let's keep pushing. A3, okay. Now let's expand in the center. Let's go e5 and push him back. See these pawns in the middle? They're so powerful because they control a lot of squares. They give us a nice playing ground, and they're limiting his playing ground. Bishop g3. All right, and now I kind of like this move, bishop a6. I feel like it puts some annoying pressure on him. So let's go here. Let's see what he's going to do. I feel like he's going to go b4. That's why he played a3. Let's see. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the speedrun. These videos, by the way, will also be uploaded on YouTube. So feel free to check that out. My bishop is under attack. Let's just drop it back to e7, a very safe square. And my course on the Accelerator Dragon will be coming out on not today, but next Monday, in a week from now. So be on the lookout for that, because I think you guys are starting to like this opening. And the course is very friendly to players of all levels. But anyway, let's see what he's going to do. We're doing pretty well here. What are my weaknesses? Absolutely nothing. I'm up a pawn. No, like on a serious note, nothing. Everything is well defended. I have a bishop pair. I have no weaknesses. So black is doing great. But good question, good question. Maybe in another position, if we do have weaknesses later on in another game, I'll definitely will say that. But here, everything is looking great. So let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes rook b1. Okay, rooks belong on open files. Let's fight for the open b file. Hello, Dirkie. Yes, we are. Good to see you. Goed je te zien, Dirkie. Maybe. Oh, a4 is not a good move. Let's see who's paying attention. Come on, chatters. What do we do here? Black to play. What do we play? You guys got this. The d5 pawn is well defended. Indeed, very good. Excellent. Yeah, indeed. We take this rook because the queen is overworked. Very good. And now we take here. And so we win a piece. Excellent. Good job, everyone. All right, let's see what he's going to do. He's probably going to go here, like 100% actually. It's the move that makes by far the most sense, but he's already lost a full piece. Hello, Dr. Jemmy, welcome. Okay, so our bishop is under attack. I can defend it, but then I would put myself in a pin. So I'm just going to play it very safe and move my bishop back to a safe square. All right, we're up a piece. These bishops are still very powerful, so we're doing very well. So now we just have to keep it simple and win the game. Okay, queen b7. He's hitting this pawn, but I can take this pawn over here. So let's do that. All right, let's see what he's going to do. So as you guys can see, I have a massive material advantage. Okay, he takes here. My bishop is under attack. Let's move it here because his rook is in a bit of a pickle. It's starting to run out of squares, honestly. Let's see where he's going to go. But he's not in an easy spot with his rook. Let's see what he will play. But good job by all the chatters. Good to see all of you guys improving. Yep. But yeah, we started the speedrun at 400 and we're already over 800. So that's great to see. And I think all of you guys, h3. Okay, he was really worried about the back rank checkmate. But giving up a full rook is a lot. So we say thank you very much. Hello, Gudor. Good to see you. Puzzles are definitely super important. All right. We're going to start going for the checkmate. Let's take here. This king will not survive this for long. Let's go queen here and set up a threat of checkmate 1. Bishop g3, and now we go checkmate. All right, so good job everyone. We get a nice win. But here, once again, we see how to deal with an early bishop c4 in the Sicilian. Knight c6 is almost always going to be our second move, but then we want to go for a quick e6 to neutralize this bishop. This is good against e4, e5, because the bishop has open scope here, so to speak. But in the Sicilian, hello Kingslayer, I'm doing very well, thank you. But in the Sicilian, we can always put our pawn on e6, neutralize his bishop, and it kind of falls flat on its face. e5, risky move. This pawn is cut off. He cannot easily defend it. So we attack it, and he did do that, but then he lost a pawn. So he lost a pawn here. We have a nice center. He gave it the bishop pair as well. And all of that led to him blundering later on. Because already here, we have a very nice position with the bishop pair, the center. And then, yeah, here he blundered and we won the game. What if queen e2? Good question. Yeah, that is the move he should have played. I was thinking maybe to go knight ge7 to go here, but he is in time to go here and rook e1. So good question. Queen e2 was actually the best. I think was the best move. That's what he should have played. All right, so good job, everyone. Let's go ahead and start up another one. All right, we're playing with black. Although this guy was a bit... Okay, we're going to be playing the Sicilian. So he plays a bit faster. Knight f3. Okay, so what is going to be our second move? Guys, we start with c5. Does anyone remember our second move? It's going to be knight to c6. All right. Now we wait and see what he's going to do. Yep, very good, very good. g6, the hyper-accelerator dragon, also an option, but not the move I recommend because it allows some tricky options by white. He goes d3, but now we go for the setup with g6 and bishop g7. The nice thing is this is good against almost anything white does. Bishop e3. He's hitting this. I could do this and take, but I'm going to go d... Oh, I might have had a nice option, but d6 is fine. Just defending the pawn. All right, let's see what he's going to do. And then next up, we're going to go here. Well, I'm trying to explain my moves. Yeah, the bishop is very well placed on this diagonal. Because the pawn on c5 is making it hard for him to put a pawn on d4, so this bishop will almost always have an open diagonal here. So, okay, he goes c3. Perhaps he wants to build a big center. Let's go bishop g7. I mean, hey, if he wants to go d4, he can, but we're going to put some serious pressure on those pawns in the middle. Yeah, there might have been... Okay, he goes d4. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take... Okay, so he gets a nice pawn center. He gets a nice pawn center. So now we're going to try to put pressure on those pawns. So what is a nice move for black? To put pressure on the pawns in the middle. Yep, no, there's the Kim. How do we put pressure on those pawns? Well, we do so by going bishop g4. We cannot attack those pawns any further, so we can attack the pieces that defend them, and bishop g4 is such a move. Good job. All right, let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes bishop e2. So let's take here. So now the d4 pawn is a little bit more vulnerable, and now we're going to put even more pressure on it. Let's go queen b6. Already I'm wondering, like, hey, how is he defending everything? This is under attack, this is under attack. I think he's just dropping a pawn here. Now f5 would have been too much. 5 would have been too weakening. But good question, good question. Question for everyone in the chat. Are you guys excited for the new course coming out next week? Yes or no? d5. Okay, he's hitting my knight and my queen, but here we have a good move. Here, now I take here. And this, he's probably going to lose a full rook. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome there, Q. It's a bit tricky, though, but I think it works out well for me. Okay, awesome. Yeah, by the way, the courses that I have are on sale, but then the next course is coming out next Monday. Okay, awesome, awesome. The course is going to be very digestible for everyone. Not too difficult, not too many lines. So that should be nice. Wait, this is actually very tricky, I just realized. I don't know if this is good. Well, if he moves a knight, we take anyway. Because the dragon bishop, do not underestimate the dragon bishop. He is super strong on the long diagonal. Okay, if he takes, Yeah, okay, so if I take, I think he has e5, hitting this pawn, and if I go d5, he has bishop d4. So I might have to take, and rook b8, but it's tricky. I don't know if this is good what I'm doing. Schnooks. This is a bit too tricky, what I've done here. Yeah, because if I take, he's got here. Oh well, we're gonna take, but it's risky. He takes. Okay, let's go rook b8. Try to get rid of this pawn, but it's getting very tricky. Some very tricky moves, like queen here. He's got a check. He's got this. Yeah, and we gotta be super careful. Okay, gives a check. Okay, I'm gonna have to move my king. If I get rid of this pawn, I'm doing well. But that's not that easy. Okay, but now I think he made a mistake, because his knight's under attack. This is under attack. Okay, he castles, but now I think I can just take. You have to make sure though. Queen c6. I have rook b8. And I'm safe. So let's get rid of this pawn. This pawn is a big asset for white. e5, okay, but he's hanging that. We just take. So he played aggressively, but it's kind of backfiring for him. As now we're striking first. But he had some good opportunities. I think what I was doing was actually not good, but we'll check after the game. It was a bit too risky what I was doing. Okay, takes, but now we just take, and it's gonna be over soon. He goes there, but now, okay, I'm gonna take, not only to take the pawn, but also so my king has this square over here. g3, okay, let's put my king here. Now next up I can develop my knight. And yeah, we're up a full rook, so we're gonna win this game. Bishop d4. Okay, let's just develop. I could take, I can also not take, it's fine either way. Hello. Because the king is the most important piece. If your king gets checkmated, you lose the game. So you always want your king to be safe. Without a safe king, you can just lose the game. That's kind of the point of the game, yes. People are. All right. Okay, g4. It's okay. All right. Well, let's activate the rook. He's saying like it's boring. Yeah, okay, but the point is to win games. The point is to win games. And having a safe king helps a lot. Okay, king g2. But now we give a check, and we're gonna pick up more stuff. Take. Yeah, but it didn't matter. It was just a pawn, so I just wanted to develop my pieces. All right, so everything looking good. We're up a rook and a knight and 2 pawns at this point, so game's about to be over. Nothing can do. Okay, queen b3. Let's go rook c3. Put on the finishing touches. No, but what kind of question is that? Okay, goes there. All right, well, let's take here. All of my pieces are now attacking. Threatening queen takes f2, so he's just not going to survive. He's just down too much material. Okay. All right. Let's hope he goes there, but we just take, and it's gonna be checkmate very soon. Checkmate in a few moves. Okay, so check and mate. All right, good game. Okay, so here we once again. Okay, so let's check this game actually with the computer, because I think what I was doing was a bit too risky. Now we go like c5, knight c6 against a lot of things white does. He went here, hitting the pawn. I did not have to defend, but I decided to do so anyway. c3, and here if I wanted to stop him from going d4, and perhaps I should have played knight f6, because then if he goes d4, he hangs the e4 pawn. But I was like, I'll just go here. But it was actually not correct. I was thinking like, hey, I get a lot of pressure on his center here, but it doesn't quite work out. I mean, d5 is a move, or let's say knight c3, and just recapturing with the pawn. All right, I took, and queen b6, but this is actually not working out, because he played d5. Good move by him. I took, but this is way too risky. He takes, because the thing is, if I take, you might think like, well, I'm gonna get the rook on the next turn, but he goes e5, and he's hitting this. And if I go d5, now he has bishop d4, and he's defending the rook, and he's winning. And so I took, but then he did this, and this really did not look good. Like queen c2, threatening mate, was good. Check was fine, but he had to go back. But already here it was very tough. Castles, takes, and it's gone. Now black is better. So very tricky game. Very tricky game. This is a speedrun account. All right, so we reached 850. Okay, let's do a few more. We're again playing with black. Interesting. Okay, e4, we play c5, the Sicilian. Yes, I'm a GM. Okay, so knight f3, we play knight to c6. Okay, knight c3, and we're gonna follow with g6, bishop g7. Against almost anything white does. It's a good setup. Bishop c4, okay, and we go bishop g7. Now, what did we learn earlier? How do we deal with bishop c4 setups? We go e6 to block that bishop, and now he has to be careful. I think he's gonna hang this. He's gonna go queen f3. He did not hang it. He goes d3. Good move. So he's defending the knight. Now, I'm gonna tell his knight to get lost. Let's go h6. Well, we started at 400 Marwan. We're working our way up. He goes back. Now we created this nice little square for our knight. Let's put it here. Okay, he castles. So let's castle as well. I'm setting a trap for him. Let's see. Is he gonna fall for the trap that I'm setting? No, but that move is not great. Okay, let's play in the middle. Takes. It says on my account we recapture. Now we have a very nice pawn center. So this is how you want to deal with bishop c4 setups. He goes here. Now we can put our knight here. Okay, bishop e3. Ooh. Wait. It almost wins. It almost wins. Well, this bishop is really awkward, and we're gonna try to chase this bishop around. I think we are actually winning material. He takes, but this is losing material right away. Black to play and win material. How can we win material here, guys? Let's see who's paying attention. We go c takes d4. I mean, it's okay. I enjoy teaching you guys, but I enjoy teaching you guys. Okay, he goes there. But of course, after a while, it does. All right, let's just take the pawn. I mean, the teaching is fun, but the games aren't that exciting because I'm just gonna win, right? He goes there. Let me just drop the bishop back. Cannot be bad. All right, awesome, Marwan. Okay, we're up a piece. The rest shouldn't be too difficult. There he goes there. Let's push the bishop back. Let's go here. Right, he goes there. Okay, let's go knight c6. Okay, queen g3 is defending the knight. Okay, okay, he's threatening some stuff. I have to be a bit careful. Let's go knight e4, defend everything. Wait, what? Okay, we just take free stuff. All right, well, oops, I hung my queen. Oh no. Dang it. No. Oh no, I hung the queen. What to do? Oh well. In such a situation, if you hang your queen, what can we do? Let's give a check. Maybe it works out. King e2 is not a legal move. All right, he goes. Oh, we can take. Oh, we got lucky. Okay, nice. All right, well, let's take this pawn over here. Now we can just start pushing this. Is this a possibility? Okay, he goes there. I'll take. Always give check. Yep. I'm gonna be very mean. I'm gonna do something very mean. Wait for it. Okay, anyway. We're up a rook and we're just gonna push these pawns. So let's push. Ah, yeah. Okay, let's push. All right, he goes there. All right, well, raw material traits are good for us, so let's just do that. All right, checkmate. Okay, it's a good game. And here, once again, we see how we want to deal with an early bishop to c4. Especially if he goes knight g5. We put our pawn on e6 to neutralize that bishop. He did see the knight hanging, but we could just push it away. And then after that, we... I mean, definitely like 10,000 hours. It's hard to say. And then at some point, we're going to go d5 and play in the middle. And yeah, he quickly went wrong here, because already here, his pieces are in a really tough spot, but after a6, I think he's just losing material. But he was losing material right away, because both pieces are hanging, and the rest was fairly simple, as we eventually won more material along the way. Here also bishop, and then another exchange. All right, so we won this one.